I'm giving you a shot of sodium pentothal, Fred. I'm hoping it'll give us the results that we want.
Well, that's okay with me, Doctor. Anything to get me out of this jam.
You understand what it does? It induces talk. Works on the subconscious, brings out things that your conscious mind might be resisting. So, just take it easy. Give it time to take effect. Think carefully. Think back. It's that Thursday night. You're at home with Alice.
I want to write. I got to start the book all over.
Yes, we know, and you're angry with Alice.
She's always worried about the bills. Gotta pay the bills, gotta get the money.
That's right, Fred. You want to get some money, so you go out.
I'm in my car. I'm driving downtown. Thirsty. Stop in a little store.
Where, Fred?
A little store on Laurel Avenue. I come back in my car. I'm driving down Lincoln Boulevard. Promised Alice I'd get the money.
How are you going to get it, Fred?
I'll get it. He'll help me. Lakewood Park Hotel.
You stopped at the Lakewood Park Hotel? Why? Who was it you wanted to see there?
Clerk said I gotta wait.
Wait for whom, Fred? Fred, please don't stop. Who was it you were waiting for?
Why won't he tell you?
I'm afraid this is where the block is. It's something he might be ashamed of or wants to hide. Not wise to keep forcing him.
At any rate, we have something to go on now.
Head all clear?
It's much better. From what you tell me, I must have done an awful lot of talking.
But not quite enough.
Who could it have been you wanted to see at the Lakewood Park Hotel?
I don't even remember being there, let alone who I wanted to see.
Well, let's try and find out. If Dr. Potter will let Alice and me borrow you for a couple of hours, the room clerk may have the answer.
Okay, Bart. Patient's yours.
Public Defender's Office. Have you ever seen this man before?
No, sir. I can't recall ever seeing this gentleman before.
It's so important. Try to remember, please. We've got to find out why he came here.
Look, ma'am, I talked to so many hundreds of people. One seems just like the other. If it's as important as you say, seems like this gentleman should be able to remember what he came here about.
I only wish I could.
Well, I'm sorry. You wish to register, sir?
Well, I guess that's that.
Bart! Bart Matthews. When's the last time I saw you?
Not since you quit the force. Oh, Mr. and Mrs. Daniels, Joe Kilpatrick.
Pleased to meet you.
How do you do?
You know, one guess and I can tell you what Joe's doing here. He's the house detective. It's as obvious as if he had a sign on him.
You can't fool Bart. Haven't I met you before, Mr. Daniels?
Oh, I don't think so.
If Joe said he's met you, he has. He never forgets a face.
It's my stock and trade.
Hey, wait a minute. Maybe you met Fred here. You might be able to help us, Joe. We're trying to check up on something.
Yeah, sure it was here about 6 weeks ago. You were asleep in the lobby and snoring loud enough to be arrested for disturbing the peace. Remember? I woke you up and asked what business you had here.
Do you remember what time it was?
Yeah, about 8. I just came on duty. You were waiting for someone, weren't you? And the clerk called and said you could see your friend now. It was someone on the 6th floor. Room 609. Always had a good memory for numbers.
I just can't seem to connect things up.
Who occupies 609?
609, that's Mr. Greenway.
Is he in?
I'll see, sir. Mr. Greenway's room, please.
Oh, if one friend can't help another, it'd be a crazy world. Why didn't you let Alice know you were coming to see me?
Well, I guess I was ashamed of asking for help.
Oh, now that's nonsense.
No, thanks. Well, anyway, everything's turning out all right. All we need is your testimony, Mr. Greenway.
Well, sure, but there won't be much to it. Fred came up here and told me his troubles. He needed a little loan. After I gave it to him, we sat around until 9 shooting the old army breeze. He was here all that time. That's all I can say.
Oh, that's all you have to say, right, Mr. Matthews?
To old times, Fred, when we flew the hunt together, huh?
Well, let's drink to new times, to the wonderful days ahead.
Fred Daniels was released, free to go home and start life fresh. His experience in jail and in the mental hospital would make material for a book. But Fred is holding down a good job and tells me that he has neither time nor talent for any writing. Oh, incidentally, a man arrested just last week confessed to a series of robberies. Quimby's store was one of them. The case you have just seen was brought to a fair and just conclusion through the efforts of a public defender.